Now, I would like to call upon Dr. B. Satish Kumar, Principal, AJK College of Arts and Science, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning, all. A warm greetings from AJK College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Success is a journey, not a destination. Just keep learning and keep growing. Education is the path to innovation. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome most respected Honorable Chief Guest, Thiru Arul Arasu, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Coimbatore District. Respected Dr. Ajit Kumar Lal Mohan, Secretary, AJK College of Arts and Science. Respected Dean, Computer Science, Dr. Pratibha. Respected Sujita, IKSC Coordinator, Deans, HODs, faculty members, and my dear beloved students, for today's inaugural function of our new program, BSc Digital and Cyber Forensic Science. AJK College of Arts and Science has always been the pioneer in introducing new innovative programs in the education field. I would like to remind everyone that this is one of the innovative programs which has been introduced this academic year, along with two other programs, BSc Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning and BSc Computer Science with Data Analytics. I wish all the best to all the students who have joined in this program and make full use of the learning from these programs. On behalf of AJK College of Arts and Science, I once again welcome you all for this inaugural function. Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Next, with great pleasure, I would like to invite Dr. Ajit Kumar Lal Mohan, Secretary, AJK College of Arts and Science, to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Thiru Arul Arasu, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Coimbatore District, the Principal of this institution, Dr. B. Satish Kumar, Dean Computer Science, Dr. Pratibha, IQSC Coordinator, Ms. Sujita, Deans of various departments, Head of the departments, police officers who are attending this program, the media persons who are attending this program, the students of AJK College of Arts and Science, and the newcomers for this program. A very warm good morning to all of you. It is with great and immense pleasure I am standing before you today for the inauguration of this new program, BSc Digital and Cyber Forensic Science, which is affiliated to Bharathiar University, approved by UGC, New Delhi. When I met the Honorable SP Sir few days back, requesting him to inaugurate this program today, I was very happy that Sir immediately considered our request, keeping in mind the need of awareness, the need of resource persons to be involved in creating a good environment during this digital era. As all of you know, the world has gone through different revolutions. Industrial revolution, agrarian revolution, etc., etc. There were many revolutions all over the world. And now we are going through a digital revolution where each and every individual, be it at any level, is having a smartphone in his hand. This is going to have a huge impact in our society. Earlier, when we wanted to write a letter and we had a clarification on any spelling mistake or the meaning, we would look for a dictionary. But today, the dictionary has become obsolete. No one is buying a dictionary. Everyone immediately takes the phone and sees for the answer, either through Google or some other platform. So the phone has become everything in the human man's life. The moment you get up in the morning, the first thing is you take your phone. Earlier, the first thing you take is a cup of coffee and then read the newspaper and then know what is happening in this part of this world. But today, the moment you wake up, you are in the phone. Whenever I put a status, I always see that what time people are seeing the status. You can see people looking at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That means people are awake all through the night and looking at the smartphones. So this is going to be a big challenge also for the law enforcement agencies, because whenever good things come, along with the good things, there is an other side of the good thing also. So the law enforcement agencies will be having a very, very tough time to find out a crime, to find the root of the crime. You know, there is a huge case going on and it's all there in the media. The reason ultimately they found this in the phone where the investigation took forward, and that is where the investigation is going. It is only because of few WhatsApp messages. So the Honorable SP Sir, why we selected Honorable SP Sir for today's inauguration was, I couldn't find any other apt person other than Sir to inaugurate this program. Because the name of the program is BSc Digital and Cyber Forensic Science. So it has got the cyber in it, it has got forensic in it, it has got science in it, and it has also got the digital in it. So I am also very proud that our college is the first affiliated college under Bharathiar University to start this program. We would be the trendsetters in Bharathiar University in this program. Maybe many colleges may start this program. We have set the syllabus. We have set the ball rolling to make the world and the community understand the need for this type of programs. I would congratulate the students who have joined this program. Even during this COVID-19, we have got students who have joined across the states. We had yesterday a few students who have been admitted from Karnataka. We have got students from all over Tamil Nadu. We have got students from Kerala. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we have lost our international students. Otherwise, I would have been sure that we would have got some international students also for this program. I would once again thank our Honorable SP Sir for accepting our invitation, and also the respected SB Inspector Sir for helping us to fix the appointment with the Honorable SP Sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your prodigious speech, which you always deliver. Now it's my turn to call upon Dr. K. Pradeepa, Dean, Department of Computer Science, to introduce the new program, BSc Digital and Cyber Forensic Science.
So the vision of our college emphasizes on rural education, and with the noble thought, we have introduced design to develop your theoretical knowledge while you gain the skills, practical experience, and management to cyber forensics and everywhere in between. In this program, you can develop investigative problem-solving skills, contribute to important team deliverables, analyze complex data scenarios, examine digital media for evidentiary artifacts, and write detailed digital forensic examination reports. The curriculum offers enhanced practical orientation, including 2 capstone projects and 1 main project. And we have also taken a tireless efforts to sign more number of MOUs and linkages with the industry, so that the students will have a more practical exposure. Our digital forensic lab of industry standard digital forensics and data recovery resources provide you with the best learning opportunities and industry relevant hands-on practical skills. The course has been designed with graduate employability at the forefront. Owing to our excellent industrial ties, we regularly host guest lectures and workshops hosted by digital forensics and law enforcement professionals, giving you the opportunity to meet key industry figures. Career opportunities. A computer forensic degree prepares you to work as a specialist in organizations that are particularly susceptible to or concerned about network breaches. The majority of these jobs are in law enforcement, both state and national agencies, but you may also find position with mid to large size corporation, crime laboratories, or large municipalities. Some potential computer forensic job titles might include computer forensic investigator, computer forensic technician, information security analyst, information system security analyst, forensic computer analyst, security analyst. So I am very happy to say that we are always forerunners in introducing such a cutting edge technologies, which will provide ample career opportunities for the rural students in most affordable cost. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Fasten your seatbelts, as we will be now going on a virtual tour of AJK College of Arts and Science.
AJK College had its humble beginning in the year 2007 with an aim to empower the rural sector. Today we are one of the leading colleges in the education platform, offering a student-friendly environment to build human values and make them a society ready. The eco-friendly institution offers the peaceful inclination and becomes the perfect place to build oneself zealously. The first step towards a success begins here. Smart walls are the part of a daily life. The well-built labs help the students move forward with the practical knowledge about the real-world application. This year, AJK College has introduced 3 new programs. We do boost a repertoire of top grade courses in our portfolio. Our faculty members are always there to assist and guide the students to make them a better citizens. part of our college. We encourage our students to push their boundaries, and this has resulted in several awards over the years. Cultural Fest is yet another arena to portray their skills and talents. Safety is not an afterthought as we provide safe and secure accommodation for both boys and girls within the acreage. After graduating, our students move to the next level and they start taking their first step towards their professional career. We can only be proud of what they have become as we see our students well placed when they visit us for our alumni chapter. Our story is just beginning, and we invite you to be a part of this wonderful journey. We celebrate the freedom of thought and we expect to join hands with you to inculcate human values in every citizens we build. Yes, let's build the new citizens of tomorrow.
Thank you. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest of today's function, Thiru Arul Arasu, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Coimbatore. Thiru Arul Arasu, IPS, joined the police force in the year 2001. He has served as the Deputy Superintendent of Police in various districts in Tamil Nadu, such as Krishnagiri, Vellore, and Kadalur from 2003 to 2009. He has served as the ADSP, Special Division, SBCID, Chennai from 2009 to 2012, and as Superintendent of Police, Special Division, SBCID, Chennai from the year 2012 to 2017. From 2017 to 2020, he has served as the Superintendent of Police in Namakkal District, and from 12th July 2020 till date, he is serving as the Superintendent of Police, Coimbatore District. Thiru Arul Arasu has received many awards and rewards, and to name a few, he has received the IGP Commendation Certificate for participating in Bavaria gang operation during the year 2005 in North India, which was taken as a movie in Tamil, Thiran Adhigaram Ondru. He was awarded a cash prize of rupees 5 lakhs by the then Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for nabbing a terror gang in an operation at Puttur, Andhra Pradesh in the year 2013. Awarded Special CM Gold Medal for the year 2014 for his excellence in public service. He has received DGP Commendation Certificate for nabbing interstate ATM dacoits in the year 2017. In October 2018, he has received the DGP Commendation Certificate for Public Welfare. With great honor, I would like to invite Thiru Arul Arasu, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Coimbatore, to deliver the inaugural address.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Principal Mr. Sadish Kumar, the backbone of this AJK College of Arts and Science, Dr. Ajit Kumar Lalmohan, Secretary Sir, Deans of the various departments, HODs, faculties, beloved students, press persons, and other viewers across the globe for this excellent, wonderful inauguration session of the BSc Digital and Cyber Forensic Science program affiliated with the Bharathiar University in the AJK College of Arts and Science. So it's my immense pleasure and my thanksgiving for calling me and given me this wonderful opportunity for this program. Dear students, I will just finish it within 10 to 15 minutes. So you no need to go for check your mobile phones or other gadgets to go out of this program. Initially, I thought of going for a bilingual, but due to the students of other states also here, I choose to be in English. So my presentation will be a small one, just 10 to 15 slides regarding the cyber challenges. So after that, if you need any question answer session, we can go for it. So dear students, so this is the first day for you. We are meeting digitally for this function with a different kind of setup. Every year there will be a lot of fun fair for the first day of the college. But today it's a different scenario. So we are in the midst of pandemic. So again, we have to depend on the digital. So digital and cyber are going to be the rule of the world in future. There is no other go. Still, we have to go for basics, but the basics should not be forgotten at any cost. Basics with regard to your character, basics with regard to your family affiliation, or basics with regard to our culture. So apart from that, we have to be excellent in your studies and also your extracurricular activities. So I hope you will enjoy the next 3 years in this wonderful institution. I hope God will bless you with all your endeavors. So good team to guide you, and you have to follow. Even you can go beyond it and excel in your career. So with this, I will just going into a small presentation. The presentation will be in the eyes of a policeman. So if maybe beyond your syllabus or within short of syllabus, but it will be covered in your syllabus. So dear friends, the forensics is, we have to go from the very long period from the era of evolution, but the modern forensics, we have to be very thankful to Dr. Edward Locard, who is called as a Sherlock Holmes of France. So there is a principle called Locard principle. This is the basics for forensics. That is, every contact leaves a trace. So whatever be the crime, whatever be the SOC, the culprits will definitely leave some his footprints. Now, initially the normal crimes, conventional crimes, the footprints may be with regard to materials or some tools, fingerprints, like that. But in the digital world, it is maybe some program or some digital data. So with this, we have to be very thankful to Edward Locard, and this is the basic principle for this. And I would congratulate the students, because this is the upcoming field, and there is a saying in the English, early bird catches the worm. So you are all the early birds and lot of cyber warriors, because I am giving this word. This is really a fight for you, because definitely it is going to be a real challenge between good and evil in the future. So with this, so I welcome all the future cyber warriors. So before we start, if I had only 1 hour to save the world, I'd spend 55 minutes defining the problem and 5 minutes finding a solution by Albert Einstein. And a problem properly stated is half solved. It's Charles Kettering. He is an American inventor and holds over 300 engineering patents. So with this few words, the overview of the presentation will be growth of the internet, cybercrime challenges, present and future, challenges in investigation of cybercrime, and capacity building. So you know this is the chart which depicts the growth of internet worldwide. So Asia in the blue line, mostly it is from China and India. So we are going in the very fast digital world, and India becoming a digital India and need young professionals to investigate the cyber forensics. So in the growth of internet, it is also easily you can find from how exponentially it grows every year. So it's 8 to 9 million by June 2021. But I think during this pandemic, we already achieved, I think so. Because for the past 4 months, our strategy, our classrooms, everything becomes smart. So internet penetration is linked to increase in smartphone usage. In India, Tamil Nadu has the highest mobile teledensity amongst the largest states. Tamil Nadu is likely to see a higher growth in internet penetration, greater use of internet and social media, so more susceptible to cyber crimes. This is not only within your family, your friends, your college mates, everywhere there may be a cyber crime or cyber addiction you may encounter. So Tamil Nadu is poised for an exponential increase in cyber crimes. So most of the cyber crimes will be classified under these 4 categories. That is crime against individual, like email spoofing, defamation, cyber stacking, mobile spoofing, like that. Then crime against property, crime, credit card frauds, IP crimes, internet time theft, etc. Then crime against organization, data theft, challenge, that is change or delete data, virus attack, Trojan horse, like that, and crime against society. So your role is how to earn money is against in the area of crime against organization. Now the lot of organization are employing the cyber forensic expert to stop or guard from any virus attack. So your role is very close and important and vital in safeguarding the organization. And crime against society is definitely, it will affect the society and it will lead to cyber terrorism also. So we have to be very careful, and it is also a double-edged weapon. And thief is normally one step ahead of the law enforcers. So law enforcer has to find out the culprit with hard-earned talents. So you are maybe one among them. So present challenges in cybercrime. Lot of things are going on in advanced fee fraud, online lottery, job offer frauds, phishing calls followed by net banking, online payment frauds, fraudulent fund transfer. Actually, these are all the cases which normally encountered by us. Swapping of SIM cards, ATM credit cards, skimming. In the ATM center itself, skimmer machines will be placed, and it can take your money. And cheating in online marketing, online games such as online rummy, etc. And even now the government of India has closed down a lot of mobile apps, including the PUBG, which is very famous among the youths, and identity theft. Then present challenges, abusive messages, trolling, cyber stalking, creation of fake profiles, uploading of obscene pictures and videos, morphed images in social media, online pornography and child pornography. Now there is an world now fights against this child pornography. There is an UN mission, and India has signed in that mission. And in Tamil Nadu, a lot of big data is coming through the UN agencies and through the law enforcement authorities. It reaches the Tamil Nadu police, and a lot of arrest has been made within the last 6 months. So if anybody uploads or downloads any pornographic material with regard to child, definitely he will face a stringent action as per the law. And posting materials that hurts the sentiments of the community, website hacking, defacement, and hacking of email, social media accounts, etc. So future, where we are going to be, that increased incidence of cyber crimes, spoofing, that dark web, it is a different subject. Your college will definitely going to give an account on this dark web. So it is the entirely what you are seeing is on the top. There is a convention that normally deep seas are very calm. You can see oceans when you go. Normally the seashore is having a lot of daily issues, but the deep seas are very calm. But a lot of things are happening in the deep seas only. The storm or whatever, even in the underneath of the sea, lot of things are happening. So dark web is like that only. What you are seeing is a top of the web, but the dark web is the criminal's den. And ransom malware attacks, lot of cyber terrorism. Georgia oil pipeline attack is one of the classic example in the year 2008, and denial of service attacks in Estonia. So data theft, it is Hitachi Payment Services malware attack in 2016, and payment gateway frauds, cyber attacks on banks and credit card companies. Lot of data has been victims for this kind of attacks. South Korean banks, Federal Reserve banks, and even Indian companies also going to be one of the victims. Cyber attacks on vital stations during 2017 Iran, because lot of controls, the strategic controls of many countries are now ruled by the cyberspace. With regard to other issues, it's related to social use of social media to spread rumors, organizing protests, leverage discontent to cause disharmony, creating law and order problems. So fake news is also an important message here, and no record of calls made over VoIP, that is voice over internet protocols, like WhatsApp calls. So it is not safe for law enforcement agencies. So we are finding very difficult to find the culprits, and every case is daily challenges to us. So we have to enhance the cyber capabilities, and not only the pure cyber, our day-to-day affairs also becomes an digital. We are going to be a digital load, and we have to preserve evidence. Like digital evidence is becoming an essential ingredient to prove the traditional crime also. CCTV evidences, call data records, and the evidence from computers and laptops, how to preserve bank account details. So in your syllabus, you are going to cover this. This is the basics. And screenshots of chats and posts on social media, and data from mobile phones is being used to prove crimes. So keep this in mind. Wherever you are in the internet, online world, you leave your digital fingerprints everywhere. So this is almost equivalent to the Lockhart principle, and lot of young girls, particularly young girls, are given a message by some culprits that you can show your private parts over digital and it will not be recorded. No. Keep in this mind, when you are in mobile or when you are in internet, you are susceptible to any kind of attack. So challenges with regard to police, this is regarding the police, identification of the cyber device, seizure, evidence collection as admissible in court of law, handling, safe packaging, chain of custody, and it should be present before the court for successful prosecution. The important thing is, if digital evidence is proved, the offense, it's a conclusive evidence as per the Indian Evidence Act. So because we have no need to corroborate with other evidences. So it is a conclusive proof, but we have to work very hard. So our investigations are now become e-investigations. So lot of digital forensic experts are helping, and we are also getting trained for this kind of issues. So you are the key to success, and I hope you will going to fly high with colors, and you will be benefited, and also your institution will get pride, and you will going to be one of the important citizen of this nation, and also to your family. So thank you for giving me the opportunity for inauguration of this function. So I once again express my sincere thanks to Mr. Dr. Ajit Kumar Lalmohan, Secretary, and also he is the very key person in setting up this institution. So thank you, one and all. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, sir. Students who have any questions are requested to post it in the Q&A box, which is found in the bottom of your mobile screen. Finally, I would like to call Mrs. Sujita Amelin Nancy, Coordinator, IQAC, to propose the vote of thanks.
I consider it a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed it as a memorable and successful event. Today, my words are not enough to express the gratitude. On behalf of our AJK College of Arts and Science, I would like to thank our most respected chief guest, Thiru Arularasu IPS, who graced us with his thought-provoking address, set a perfect platform for our college. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to respected Secretary Sir, Dr. Ajit Kumar Lalmohan, for the perfect logistic support and guidance he has extended to all of us. I would like to thank our beloved principal for all words of wisdom that radiated a source of energy within us. Also, I would like to thank Dean of Computer Science, Dr. K. Pradeepa, for organizing this inaugural function. Heartfelt thanks goes to all our faculties who are our second parents, who always stand by us, guide us, lead us, and motivate us. We feel proud and thank you for making us feel happy with your presence to this function. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for showing their interest in this program. Once again, thank you very much to all who assembled here.
Thank you, madam. A special note of thanks for the chief guest. Thank you, sir, for the wonderful and encouraging speech, which we trust that our students will inherit in them and take it forward in their life.